I want to shoot a video of the Mark IV 454 that came out of the Jersey Girl. This is the third time that I will be building this engine. It's got a really nasty knock in it. I left another video up when I did my initial inspection with this coolant hose here leaking from this joint. Also, I think I really discovered where the major issue is. When I built this engine, I dressed it, meaning the wiring harness. I did not install the exhaust manifolds, nor did I install the heat exchanger and the plumbing, you know, connecting the two. Obviously, well, of course you can't do the plumbing if you didn't do the other. I got a jet coming. Hold on one second. I'm fairly confident that I just discovered why this thing has been, in addition to what I would consider piss poor project management and installation. I did not install this hose here. I've already shown this in the past video. The reason I had to build it the first time was because apparently this hose blew and they lost all the coolant and it overheated. Then after I built the engine the second time, the contractor that pulled the engine and reinstalled it just cut the old hose, connected it with this coupler. Looks like an exhaust manifold for a Fiat or something, who the hell knows. Secondly, I had pretty serious coolant leaks right here. These two joints, there's still liquid right there, but here's the culprit. I've never seen this heat exchanger before. Like I said, I built the engine, I dressed the wiring harness, I dressed the engine with the wiring harness, the alternator, and obviously, you know, the front end, the belts and such. And also I did install the raw water pump here. That was rebuilt. I did rebuild that. New impeller anyway, and new housing. But where I'm going with this is, after all this work, and the guys that did the machine work on this engine they're the tops in South Florida, pro drag racers and such, and they really do phenomenal work. And where I'm going with this, I'm sorry to be so long-winded, but this is really important. I just discovered this this overflow area right here at the top, at the cap, where obviously this expands and allows the coolant to overflow when it heats and goes into an overflow tank. This thing does not have an overflow tank on it, and I don't know why I didn't think about that the other day. And then in addition to that, this thing apparently was damaged at some point in its life, and someone JB welded it up. So we know when the engine gets up to temperature, this baby starts compressing a little. The coolant starts blowing out the back here, and we lose coolant in the system. And if you're not paying attention to the temp gauge, you overheat. That's a hypothesis right now. I'm gonna go ahead and tear the engine down completely, build it, and just do what has to be done, because you know, I want to get the boat on the water. And I want to get this behind us, but I've learned a lesson to not get involved with so many people. When you're going to do this, be completely responsible from the beginning to the very end. That way you can maintain quality control, and none of this kind of shit right here happens, where people, you know, after you've spent multiple thousands of dollars on machine work and building and precision work and time and effort, and then some idiot, you know, puts a heat exchanger on here that should have been thrown away. So, sucks. It is what it is. But I can assure you this will be the last time we build this engine, and it will be Bimini worthy for the next 10 to 15 years. So, there you have it. Thanks for stopping in.